Namaste, everyone, and welcome to our special Mental Health Awareness Month series. I'm truly honored to have with us today a grounded, compassionate voice in the field of Ayurveda, Dr. Paritosh Bhatt. Dr. Paritosh Bhatt, very warm welcome to you and the platform of Cesta.
Thank you. Thank you, Sangeeta. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming here. And before we start, because I've always communicated with doctor and many times he uses the Sanskrit lines, and as much as I get enlightened by him to understand Ayurveda, he enlightens me even about Sanskrit. So let's begin today's talk with a Sanskrit line that I love, which says Yada Bhavam Tada Bhavati, which means as is the feeling or my thought, so it becomes. So, even in my own journey and in Theta, we believe that it is our thought which creates our own reality. And I have seen how this thoughts creates our own patterns, that thoughts gives us some emotions and that shape our life and that creates the life cycles. So, how we live and how our physical body also responds, not just the mental, but even physical one, is also dependent on how we think. So, Dr. Bharatosh, Ayurveda also holds a very deep understanding of the mind body connection. And that's what I understood. So, how do thoughts and emotions influence our health from an Ayurvedic perspective?
Thank you, Sangeeta ji. It is a very interesting concept and a very good question. Actually, when we talk about Ayurveda, no, we have it is influenced from Vedas and Upanishads, and they have one very basic understanding of things. We say that mind, body, and soul, right? So, mind is something which is metaphysical, which is with the body also, and which is with soul also. We always say that if your mind is close to your body, you are more materialistic, and where your mind is towards more towards your soul, you are more spiritual. So we always say, no, the journey is towards inside, not outwards.
Right,
So mind is something which is connecting your soul with the body.
right.
Then uh, Ayurveda has three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and they had sub doshas like five Vata, five Pitta, and five Kapha. And there are certain of them which actually controls mental functions. Like
Okay.
Pranavayu is there, which controls mental function. Udanavayu is there, right? Similarly, Sadhaka Pittam is there. So this all controls the mental function. So Ayurveda has a very close relationship where it comes to the mind and the body. They have given a very beautiful example, and where they say that they have taken a like a simile of a hot ghee and a copper vessel. So if you
Hmm.
take hot ghee and put in a copper vessel, the vessel becomes hot.
Hmm.
Similarly, if we put the ghee in a hot copper vessel, the ghee will become hot. This is the relationship between mind and the body. So if
Oh,
mind is
wow.
affected, body will affected. If body is affected, mind is affected.
Oh, very beautifully explained, sir. But so unspoken emotions also manifest as fatigue, anxiety, or any sort of mental disorder or any physical illness, according to you?
Yes. Most of our cases nowadays, what we are seeing is they are not purely physical. They are actually psychosomatic.
Hmm.
So recently, also, I last few months when I'm seeing patients, most of when we see the nadi, most of the people have the mind which is very active. So I don't say it is anxiety, I don't say it's a stress, but mind is active. Even they are very normal, also mind is active. So imagine the people who are very stressed, who are at the verge of burnout, or they are very panicked, or they have some kind of depression. So all those things are very common, and they are associated with almost all diseases. Even a person is having back pain, they will have some mental issues. Either they have stress, they have some family issues, or financial issues, or professional issues. Something is always there with the people nowadays. So I always tell people that in current scenario, it is not just you are treating the body, but it is equally important to treat the mind. And unfortunately, because of our population and the low doctors level, there is a lot of load on doctors. So it is actually impossible for them to sit and listen to a physician, to a patient. So in that, the alternative practitioners and healthcare providers, yoga therapists, even like like Cesta is doing. So it gives a platform for the people to listen to, to be heard out, and that is what they're looking for sometimes. I have seen cases when you just hear to them and they're fine. They don't have any issues.
Quite true, sir. I mean, sometimes, we get clients who just feels they just want to vent out,
Mhm.
and the case receiving goes on for a very long time. But ultimately, when we actually are able to reverse it is when we actually are able to identify which are their unexpressed emotions. Because the minute you realize that these emotions they have not expressed, or as you rightly said, that, I mean, their mind is always constantly active.
Absolutely.
But like being active is fine, but being overactive is a problem. During your sleep state, also, you are constantly thinking. So
Mhm.
we focus a lot on helping people to express their emotions, because don't judge emotions as positive or negative, but just allow yourself to express it, because if you don't, it remains inside and then it will manifest in some sort of a disease, which medically we will say this is stress induced
Absolutely.
or autoimmunity disorder.
Very
Is
good.
that,
Very good.
do you feel you often get in Ayurveda also people come with the problems such as anxiety or burnout, or depression, any such problem? People come to Ayurveda also for that sort of help,
Yes, yes. Because you don't have a parameters until unless you see clinical symptoms of depression, you cannot call yourself as a depression patient, right?
right?
Similarly, anxiety, stress, burnouts, you don't have any parameters to measure them. And when you reach that stage, when you are totally, totally breakdown, then only you say that okay, now these symptoms are there, so you need a medical help. But a lot of people are in that band, that gray area of being
Yeah.
healthy and being a patient. They are not healthy, they are not patient either. So this gray area is something where people definitely seek help, and they come usually with the different complaints. Like they have back pain, they have some shoulders are pushing, stiffness is there. I'm having pain in my neck, or I'm having digestive issues. I have a lot of gas. Many complaints. They will take constipation, diarrhea. Many things are there. IBS. So we when we dig out more, and then they will realize that okay, there is some emotional things are there which is troubling them constantly. Okay. So they always, two things I always tell people which is affecting the mental health. Is one is serials. Okay. So every day when the people are watching this family dramas, which comes in the prime time, that has affected a lot of people. I have many patients when they come to, I just tell them, don't watch those serials first. That is the first point when you want to go into relax your mind. Second
Right.
is mobile reels. So when it is relevant, it is okay. But when we are constantly indulging, there's a lot of subjects which keep on bouncing on our head. So it does not give rest to our mind. So there are a lot of people who have very active mind, as you said, very active mind, and they just want something to relax it. Right. I hope in Cesta also you must be seeing some lot of
No,
people.
sir. Yeah. In fact, like we teach them that the prime time is normally, sir, 9 p.m. And that is the time you are actually in a hypnotic trance state. What
Yes.
is hypnotic trance state is that you allow the outside messages to go within you. You are very, very
Mm.
receptive
Mm.
to those messages. So, like, but at that point of time, if I'm watching something without understanding what am I programming, I'm being vulnerable to that.
Absolutely.
And even mobile, sir, is the same thing. Even our kids play so much of games and all. Now, what sort of games they are playing will create that sort of mental health for them. So, if
Absolutely.
they are playing games where they are killing someone and they are actually getting joy out of it, what happens is they are programming themselves to be very aggressive.
Yes.
So the
Absolutely.
family doesn't understand, and parents normally come to us and they say, I mean, we have given them all sanskars and they are going to the best school. I don't know why my child has become so aggressive.
Mm.
And our first question is, what sort of games do they play? What
Mm.
sort of cartoons are they seeing? Because
Absolutely.
that time also your critical filter is off and like you are just taking messages in.
Mm.
So that programming is very, very important for people to be more aware
Mm.
and decide why they are doing it. But, sir, according to Ayurvedic wisdom, are there any subtle signs which people can understand, and they can understand that this is the beginning of emotional imbalance in my life. For
What
example, yeah.
I want to mention one point before I answer your question. In Shastra, no, we say one thing: Samshay manaha nishaya buddhihi. When you are at the level of mind, you are always confused and doubtful. But you become decisive when the intelligence comes into play, the buddhi comes into play. Okay. So that is why the intelligence from the no, from buddhi, it is very important for us in order to maintain our decisive capacity. So if whether this is good for me or not good for me, that we should not decide from the mind perspective. We have to decide from the intelligence perspective. So lot of people, they decide from a mind perspective. So they are always confused. So this happens. People have to understand that, like for example, if I'm watching a video, whether I should see or not. So mind says, "Oh, let me enjoy, let me see. I feel very good with it." But your intelligence will tell, "No, this is not good for you. This is time to sleep."
Sir, I'm little confused. So, are you saying when we speak buddhi, is that my consciousness?
It is intelligence.
Because my intelligence can be my logic, but my intuition can tell me that this is not good for you. But logically, I may feel that this is giving me more knowledge and I can see it. So, is it more that I should listen to my inner voice and the wisdom that's guiding me?
Let me give an example from Kathopanishad, and it is then you can decide that how it works. We have sense organs, so and imagine your five sense organs as five horses. These five horses are having reins, the rope which is holding them. The rope is the mind. The charioteer, the who is no running the chariot. The charioteer is your intelligence, buddhi. The chariot is your body, and the traveler in the chariot is your soul, your atma.
Okay.
Okay. Now, who is holding the reins? The charioteer. Okay. So that is the thing which is most important in our body, because that is only driving the chariot wherever the sense organ, where the horses are going. So buddhi we can call intelligence, we can call consciousness, we can call intuition, whatever you can call it. But that charioteer is someone which is controlling the mind and driving your sense organ in right direction.
Yeah.
So that's charioteer I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. And simply put, everyone just be aware, where are you heading, what are you seeing, what is the learning you are receiving from it, and
Exactly.
how is it being communicated to you?
Absolutely.
Because how it is being communicated also is actually programming you.
Exactly.
And because every day your beliefs are changing, and there is something which is programming you. It's like having the new download in your phone, it's having a new program in your computer. It's exactly the same, right, sir?
Absolutely.
Are there any Ayurvedic practices which can help people, which can help them to start healing emotionally and mentally? Because when your emotions are healed, then
Mhm.
automatically, mentally and physically, we have witnessed even cancer, like different diseases being reversed when you are healing them emotionally. So,
Yes.
in Ayurveda, also, are there any particular practices?
There are few. What we understand, how we understand, no, in Ayurveda we have two types of Vegas, the urges. Okay, one Vegas is that which has to go out of the body, like we go to urine, we clean our stomach, we sneeze, we cough, like we sleep. So these are the one Vegas. There are certain Vegas which has to be controlled, like greed, anger, um hatred, jealousy. This all things has to be. It should not be executed. Should not be shown off. They
Your
should.
anger should not control you.
Yes, yes. So that has to be definitely controlled. That is what Ayurveda says. So it is telling right in the beginning that you have to control this. Point number one. Point number two, the book starts when we start studying Ayurveda. The first word which is called as Raga, Rogan, Sarada, Nishakta. So Raga means attachment, etc. So attachment, greed, hatred, jealousy, etc. All these things are diseases. Right in the beginning, he says that these all things are diseases, and you have to take care of this first. Now, how to take care of it? So there are various suggestions. Obviously, there are some spiritual suggestions where say that you should get detached, you should treat everything equal, and etc. are there. Other than this, there are certain medications like ashwagandha, brahmi, tagra, jyotishmati, etc. So that we advise people to take internally. Then certain therapies like application of oil in the feet. This is something which you can do without medical advice also. You can take some ghee or coconut oil, rub in your feet before you go to bed, rub it very nicely, and just wipe it with some towel or tissue paper and just sleep. And that gives us tremendous relaxation for the mind. The thoughts becomes less, sleep becomes deep, and the people will improve. See, sleeping deep is very important. We say there are three stages of sleep: Jagrata, Swapna, and Sushupti. So Jagrata means like how we are, like aware and we are talking.
Yeah.
Second is Swapna, where you see dreams. So your mind is shut down from the sense organs, but it is still active. It is showing you and making you experience all the sense organs, though they are not in the function at that moment. So it is active. And third stage is Sushupti, when you have a deep sleep. So at deep sleep, only mind is completely shut down. So everybody has to work towards getting a good deep sleep.
Deep sleep.
Yeah. For this, there are certain Panchakarma therapies also which helps a lot. Like Shirodhara is there,
Shirodhara.
Shiro Vasti is there, Shiro Pichu is there, simple head massage is there. There is one specific treatment in Kerala we call as Talapodichin. So that is also one very good therapy to relax the mind. And obviously, lifestyle is a factor.
The people on a regular basis can also take this therapy,
Mm.
and the simple application and all they can start with. I think basically being mindful of their emotions, of what they are thinking, and is it really necessary for me? And if required, they can consult someone and can check whether they can have ashwagandha or
Yes.
any other herbs which will help them according to Ayurveda.
One thing right away they can do is in Ayurveda we say Abhyanga. So Abhyanga is the application of oil full
Right.
body. So we say Abhyanga Macharet Nityam. Every day we should apply oil. Okay? Because when your emotions are triggered, when your mind is active, actually the Vata becomes very active in the body. So to control the Vayu, the best thing is to do oil application. So you can go and do massage. So you take one massage and you'll feel very relaxed physically and mentally, isn't it? So doing massage is one good thing. Self-application of oil can also be done when we don't have time. If we do not have time to apply oil also, at least one thing has to be done. Shirha Shravana Padeshu to Visheshena Shile. So is application of oil on the head, in the ears, and in your feet. At least that much everybody can do. So that will help to reduce Vata in general. That reduce Vata will relax the mind. And one more thing I always tell my patient is to do breathe in and breathe out. I'm not saying you go and join some
Yoga,
yoga course or do meditation and all. Just
pranayam.
close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out. That's all. You do it 10 times deeply and your mind will relax.
Yeah, so majority people even say anulom vilom because all the nadis you are getting back to balance. We have a very simple tool for that, sir.
Uh-huh.
We normally teach people because there are many times you are angry, you are very sad, you feel like crying, and you know as much as you want to control it. At that point of time, you will just not go to apply anything, but you can't control your anger. So, something simple for the viewers, your mind can take only one thought at a time. So, even if you are sad, even if you are crying, even if you are angry, just start saying the opposite to your mind. For example, if I'm angry or I'm sad and I start telling myself I'm happy, even in my mental chat, I'm happy, then suddenly the one message which you are constantly overlapping, that one will become predominant. And you will not be able to feel that anger or sadness.
Mm.
Second thing, sir, we teach them is there are energy meridian points here. So we just ask them to tap them and speak about your emotions. Don't run away from it because many times when we want to run away from our emotions, then it's like, I mean, don't imagine a monkey. Now, I was not imagining a monkey, but because someone told me not to imagine, now I'm imagining a monkey. It's the same thing with emotions. That's why they say, no, mind is a monkey. So we tell them embrace it, take it, but when you sit in your own quiet space, just start tapping and start talking about, oh, although I'm angry, I still choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself and heal and integrate that part of me. And then we ask them to put both the hands on the chest, close your eyes, 7 deep breath, breathe in through the nostril positivity, breathe out through the mouth all the negative energy. And so very soon people's body comes back to alignment.
Mm.
That time I just ask them, like, after 4 fingers down from my neck is my thymus point. So if we just start tapping the thymus point and we just start saying change, changing, it is changed. From anger to balance, from sadness to happiness. So whichever emotion they want, and then it gets them back to balance very, very soon. So friends, there are so many things which can help you. Just need to be more aware about it.
But this is very practical and very wonderful suggestion. I think I also start doing it.
Yes, sir. It's very, very powerful, sir. I mean, this is an open challenge. We in the class we tell people, even if they have a physical pain
Mhm.
and very severe physical pain, it can be any reason. So we actually ask them to tap and talk about their pain. What happens is when they start talking about it, the mind automatically makes connection because those memories are stored in the subconscious mind. And they go back to the time where, for the first time, emotionally something happened and they could not take that pain. So that is the root cause because they have not yet come to the resolution. Till the time we do not know why this happened to me, we are not able to forgive ourselves and others.
True.
So the minute they go there and they speak about it, the pain starts reducing. You're not given them any medicine, anything, and it just starts getting reduced.
When you're saying this now, I'm remembering one very interesting book. I recommend a lot of people to read it. Even I think guardians can relate to it. There's a very beautiful book written by Dr. Candace Pert. It's called as Molecules of Emotion. Okay, she talks about her journey and how she has done research. She is the person who found opiate receptors, and then the whole journey is there. Towards the end of the book, she says that I wait for the day when the person is having pain, and instead of popping painkillers, he sit down in a meditation, and the body release enough epinephrine which kills the pain. So she has a beautiful thought, and I think it relates with your no,
Yeah,
the positive affirmations. I think this affirmations is going to no, secrete the enough epinephrine in the body, which
yeah,
releases the pain. Even pain is caused by emotions, also, right?
absolutely.
So it reduces that.
And you can talk to your body as well. You can go to the pain area and, like, in that meditative state, ask yourself, what emotion am I holding on to?
Hmm.
Why am I holding on to it? And how is it serving me? There's the minute that shift comes that it's not helping me, it's okay for me to let go. It's like if somebody tells you that this is a snake and it is poisonous, why are you holding on to it? The minute you know that this is poison, you want to let go of that. It's the same way your anger, your hatred is more poisonous than any snake. So, but we are holding on to it without being aware of it. And that's why, as you rightly said, the buddhi is needed. Is your intelligence, your wisdom will tell you that it's high time to let go. Because they are the root cause of all these mental disorders.
Yes.
And so recently there are so many more cases. I think there is a huge rise in the cases of anxiety, depression in people.
Mhm.
So, from an Ayurvedic lens, sir, how do you handle issues like anxiety, depression? Like, how are they treated?
See, before I say how it is stated, it's important to understand that what we think about it, right? So you can, it is in a very simple terms, in a common terms for a common person. You can say that anxiety is the excess speed of your mind. Okay, the mind is very active, very fast. Okay, why it is fast? Most of the times, the mind in anxiety it lives in future. What will happen? How it will happen? What will happen? So that keep on thinking about the future. I have noticed that it usually happens due to one phenomena which we tells in Ayurveda. It's called as sahasam. Sahasam means normally we say sahas means courage, but here sahasam means you are doing something beyond your capacity.
Bravery, yeah. Courage.
So beyond your capacity, not even bravery. It is beyond your capacity. For example, you are totally tired, overwhelmed, and no, you cannot handle it anymore. But then on the weekend, some work comes up, and you say, "Yeah, yeah, I will do it."
And
You don't know how to say no, so you say, "Yes, yes, I will do it." and then you are again indulged in that work. Now, you can do things, but you cannot do things beyond your capacity. You have to restrict that. So your mind and body needs rest. Okay. So people do this sahasam and they do overindulge in the works. This thing which will make them very tired mentally and physically. And then when it builds up over a period of time, they are not able to deliver things. They're not able to fulfill the deadlines. They are not able to cope up with the pressure. Then they become anxious. Oh, what will happen? How it will? Oh my God, what I will do? And it will go on for some time when mind becomes very tired. It cannot take it anymore. And that tiredness you can correlate with depression. Okay. So now what we do is obviously we give some pep talks like some spiritual talks. Oh no, it's okay, let it be, let it go. But we can only say it's a person who has to let it go. So we do certain therapies like Shirodhara. Okay, this is very very effective because what happens is when the oil or whatever medicines or even buttermilk, whatever we are advising,
Chakradhara.
yeah, and when it flows through your head, it actually releases the thoughts, the excess thoughts which is rotating in your head. It actually releases it out. It just flows it out along with it. So that gives a very good relaxation to them. Okay. Second thing, we strictly tell them not to use mobile. Specifically, don't use reels, don't use things because you think that you are resting, but you are not. Mind needs rest, and the best rest for mind is either meditation or sleep. That's all.
Yeah.
So either you meditate or you sleep if you want to take rest. Indulging in any other activity, you are again giving some work to your mind, and then it becomes again tired, and which is already tired. So this is what I always tell to my patients, and we give them certain medications, give them certain lifestyle changes like mobile, sleeping early, getting up early, getting good sleep, doing some therapies and all, and then people usually come out of it. In certain cases, I've advised them to leave their job also. So they have done. They literally left their job. So that has helped them to come out of all the problems. So that is also there. So it depends that what is causing the anxiety. We go to that root and then we will solve that.
That was very enlightening, sir, because I'm a kind of a person who is all the time doing sahasam. I like to work. I'm workaholic, and I like to create something. But at the same time, I feel probably I am not depressed because I have a way to express. And in our language, we say when you are not able, like there is suppression or repression of emotions, then there is a beginning of depression.
Mm.
And we are constantly, like, we sit with ourselves and we release. We are constantly reprogramming. At the
Mm.
same time, as you said, we understand even in hypnosis that the sleep is one way where the entire what messages you have taken during the day it empties, or meditation, or hypnosis. So many times, what I do, sir, is I have my own recorded hypnosis script, what I want to reprogram. I just play it and I
Oh.
go to sleep. I put headphones on, and I even sometimes talk to my subconscious mind and tell my subconscious mind, even for simple cold and cough, that my subconscious knows where is this cold coming from, and it knows how to let go of that, what
Mm.
thought has created it and what can help it.
Mm.
Night when I go to sleep, my subconscious will work towards it. Morning I wake up fresh, fine, healthy. So my sahasam doesn't cause me any more depression, and I'm very happy with it.
When you mentioned this, no, I just remembering the one story. If it is okay, I can tell that story.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This story is mentioned in one book called as "You Are the Placebo" by Dr. Joy
Yeah.
Dispenza. Okay,
Yeah.
he talks about a very interesting case of a person. It actually happened. I should not call it as a story because it is an
Yeah. It's a
incident.
case study.
So there was a patient who had cancer, one kind of cancer, and it was not treatable at that time, and no medicines was there, and he has just 6 months of life expectancy, or 3 months of life expectancy, something like that. So he goes to the hospital, and then he learned that there is some new drug has come, research drug, and things are there. So he asked the doctor, "Can I get that?" He says, "No, minimum 6 months is required, and you have only 3 months of life expectancy, so we cannot give you." He says, "Anyway, I'm dying. What is your problem if you give me the drug?" The doctor also thought, "Okay, let it be." So he gives him the drug. And slowly, slowly, his all cancer disappear, all nodules melted, and he became healthy, fit, and fine. And after a few days, he went home. Then he learned that the medicine is not effective in cancer. So he developed all the problems again. He called up his doctor and said, Doctor, I have the problem again. So doctor understood there is something wrong. So he said, okay, that was an old batch, new batch of medicine is coming. Please come tomorrow and I'll give you that. So next day he just injects him saline. Okay, saline is salt water, you can say, and sodium chloride with water. He injects that alone. And again, miraculously, all his disease disappears. And then he's fit and fine, goes back home. After a few months, he learns that this particular drug, which was in research, it is not good, and it has been discontinued in the market. But it's not proven it is effective. And then he got anxiety and tension and all, and he get all the disease back and dies. So point is that it was a very beautiful story where the mind plays such a strong
Yes,
role.
just
So what you are saying, that positive affirmations and things when we do auto suggestion, it is actually going to help people to stay, very healthy in this chaotic world. Actually,
and moreover, your mind is very powerful. Use it in
Hmm.
the right fashion. Like in
Right,
the
right.
time of artificial intelligence, everybody is using chat gpt and ai to do the job, but this is inner wisdom. This is not even artificial. This is inbuilt, which is very very powerful. You need to give it the right prompt, and you need to
Absolutely.
tell it, do this the way in which you are expert in giving the right prompt to the chat gpt. Give the right prompt to your own mind, and it will do everything for you. It's very capable to make you cancer free. It is very capable to make you depression free, anxiety free. But you need to give it command, and you need to know right time. Right
Hmm.
time is normally, sir, before going to sleep, because that
Absolutely.
time you are in a very hypnotic trance
Hmm.
state, so body takes it.
So instead of watching serials, you do this
Yes.
to your body.
So your inner chat GPT you start using, use your own mind, and your mental health will be super. You will be happy, and it will become a habit.
Hmm.
Mainly. So even before we wrap up, it was a very, very interesting talk. So one simple yet very powerful tip that you would like to give to our viewers, something they can start today itself to support their mental and emotional health, like something from your Ayurvedic perspective, which you feel is very important. As you always speak about, I've always heard you speaking about Dincharya. Or is there any one single thing which a person should do every day which will really help them?
Yes. There are a couple of things I can definitely tell, which without disturbing your busy schedule, you can adopt in your day-to-day life. Okay. Number one is that living in now. Be here right in this moment. Okay. Past is there. Don't carry that burden. Don't worry about the future. Just see what you can do today. Definitely, we have to plan. We have to do things, but be in present. This is one. Second, there is Dincharya mein, there's two, three things we always tell people to do. One is, as I told before, also application of oil. So if you are able to do full body, fantastic. If you're not able to do it, at least do on your head and ears and feet. These two things. Third, before going to bed, along with your positive affirmations and all, also apply some oil in your feet, coconut oil or ghee. Okay. In Gujarat, people have a habit of using bronze katoli.
Bronze, we have, sir, so that we do that.
A lot of people now they came up with they have wand to do the massage. So anyhow, simple hand massage is fine, or simply you can use some katoli and just rub it nicely and wipe it off. Do this positive affirmation, listen to some good music, and just sleep off. Okay, at least this much is definitely required to do. And I think without disturbing our day-to-day life, we can do this. One thing I always tell people: if you are in stress, if you are think that you are not handled anymore, and I am just frustrated, and your anger is coming out, I think that is an alarm sign. It is a warning sign. So please don't hesitate. Please go and take help, either from your
Yes,
physician or your
very
therapist.
essential.
Please go and take help. Don't be ashamed. Just go and take help, and maybe you can be pulled out from that situation without it becomes worse. So this is the most important thing. I think today's time people should
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah. Because mental health is not a taboo word anymore. People are aware, and it is equally important how you handle your physical health. You pay attention to your mental health as well. Seek for help. It is needed. Thank you so much, Dr. Paritosh, for your wisdom and your presence. It has always been a very beautiful session with you. And this has been such a grounding and eye opening conversation. To everyone watching, remember healing is a journey. And even small changes, how much ever it is, how we think, how we feel about certain things, and we care for ourselves can create big shifts in our life. He has given you few suggestions. I have given you. Please start using them from today. And if you really, really resonate with this particular talk that we had for you, do share it, forward it, stay tuned for more soulful conversations for this month. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you. Well.